Welcome back. I'm MTG Joe. We're here with part 2 of our budget build series for Golos Field on MTG Arena. So for those of you who are familiar with our budget build series, we take 3 decks, one being as budget as possible version. This is our mid-budget version, and then we have a no-budget version where we play as many of the expensive cards as possible. It's set to kind of guide you along how to build a deck at varied stages of your collection. So we played this Golos Field deck the other day. It contained only 8 rares, basically 4 Golos, 4 Field of the Deads. The rest were all commons and uncommons. So it's a fairly easy deck to put together if you're newer on Arena. So this is the mid-budget version of the deck. So we get to, I think it's 18 rares, 2 mythics in this. So adds about 12 rare wild cards or rare and mythic wild cards to the set, and then this will be our mid-budget version. Really what we're doing with this version here is tweaking the main board, optimizing our threats a bit, and then tweaking our mana base, and then a couple of our sideboard options. So this particular version of the deck, what we are adding is 2 Hydroid Crisis. It is a way for us to get card advantage, gain some life with the deck, and it's a quick way to close out the game as a big flyer. We're also adding in 4 Teferi Time Ravelers. So Teferi allows us to do our thing on our turn with Golos without it being interrupted. It can also bounce creatures early as well as reset our own creatures. So you can reset our Hydroid Crisis, we can reset our Golos to go for another land. We can get another thing with a Beanstalk Giant. So we're adding that in. And then we're adding in 1 Realm Cloaked Giant. So this is one of the new cards from Throne of Eldraine. So its adventure is Cast Off. It's basically a 5-mana board wipe. You destroy all non-giants. Unfortunately, Golos is just a scout. But our Realm Cloaks also don't and our Beanstalk Giants will also survive this board wipe. And then it's flip side, it's a 7-mana 7/7 with Vigilance, so it's another way we can close out the game. Mana base wise, I've added in 3 Plaza Harmonies, which will give us life gain and is basically a rainbow land in conjunction with our guild gates. And then I added in 1, where'd you go? Breeding Pool. So it's base blue-green deck. So we usually play 1 shock. You want to be able to, as much as possible, turn 2 a Growth Spiral, or in certain instances, turn 1 Arboreal Grazer. So we just shaved down a couple. We did the Trans Guild, whatever the Rainbow Guildgate is that you got to pay an extra mana for. I don't like that gate. And then 1 basic of 1 green basic and 1 red basic. Sideboard wise, we also add in a couple rares just to shore up the matchup. We have 2 more board wipes in the form of Time Wipe, and then 2 Agent of Treacheries instead of Meteor Golem. This could steal our opponent's threats, which is usually a little bit better. The one thing I want to do is cut down 1 Gatebreaker Ram and play Angel. What angel are you? Sorry about that. Where'd you go? Archway Angel, just for the life gain out of the sideboard. So the rest of the deck is pretty much what we were playing the other day. We're set to ramp early into a Golos, grab a Field of the Dead, make a bunch of zombies, activate Golos' ability, and get free value out of it that way. So this will be the mid-budget version. The season did restart, so we are at Gold Tier 3. We'll run it through some ranked matchups, see how it goes, and we can take it from there. So I will have, once I finish the non-budget version, I'll have the full article write-up on AetherHub. You can catch on AetherHub, I did put up an article with a few of the budget decks we played, and then some upgrades that you can add to those decks as well in the meantime. And then as a programming note, later this week, I do have something a little bit special. I did get my hands on a Throne of Eldraine box, which will be arriving on Friday. So we will be doing a deck unboxing on the channel. Hopefully get some of those sweet full art Okos. So I'm going to keep this hand. Looks pretty solid. We got some card draw, some early ramp. So we'll do that. And then as always, if you are doing any purchases for Throne of Eldraine from TCG Player, I do have an affiliate link in the video description down below. You can click that link, follow it as normal. make your purchase. Just helps out the channel for free. Otherwise, just a quick sub or follow on the YouTube channel. Both go a long way to helping out. So here I'm just going to set up my colors. I'm going to go Guildgate, and then I'm going to drop a Field of the Dead here. I want to hold my other Guildgates for the Guild Summit. But we're probably just going to go Growth Spiral here. And then, yeah, I still think we go Growth Spiral, because it guarantees Golos, and that gets us ahead. So I'm going to go Boros Guildgate here, and just pass the turn. Outlaws Merriment. So here I'm just going to play another Field of the Dead. So Outlaws Merriment gives them a token each turn. So this is likely some sort of Jeskai control-esque deck. Here I'm going to go get a black source. So we have a white, so we can probably get another blue or green. I don't think it matters. Let's just go Golgari. So we do have a couple duplicates in terms, but we should have black, white, red, blue, green. Yeah, so we can activate Golos next turn. Hopefully bounce this enchantment. I'm just going to take the block here. They may have something like Deafening Clarion. They're in the colors, so I don't want to lose my Golos. And this is just, like, even if they bounce it with Teferi, I'm fine with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Here we go.
Okay, so let's activate Golos. Oh, that's awesome. So I'm actually just gonna go Beanstalk here. Let me attack into Teferi first.
Enough.
I'm gonna just get lands out. It makes it so our future plays are a lot better. Let's get a... Let's go Forest, so we can play Arboreal Grazer. So we got another land. And now we're just kind of going off. So not a bad turn 5, I think that is.
Let's try this.
So that's 12, 15 damage. Plus we have some 11 11s we can drop. Archway Angel does get us a lot of value. So let's see what we get first. Might have a Teferi just to clear the way. So just more lands. So let's attack in first. So I'm going to give him the option to keep Teferi alive. We'll keep this back. So they instant speed Clarion. Not the worst. So let's go Forest here. For this time, I'm just going to cast the big guy. Hey, Metallic-y. I will find a way to make field relevant. I love me some field, so we will play it as much as possible. So that turn that we did play well because they did have the Clarion in hand. They were trying to bait it out of us. We do have a 12-12 that can come in this turn. They can have Time Wipe here.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Are we? I already skipped through before combat. Stop after attacker. I should have done Golos first. So let's just attack like this. So they could go Realm Cloak. Let's activate Golos here. That's a sweet animation. So let's drop down our second field. We're gonna go Root here. So let's get another black source. You know what? This is our budget version. I didn't play the right. Okay. We won anyways, but I didn't switch the deck. This is our budget version. I made a mistake. But the good news is we still won. So I will make that switch. So we'll just chalk this one up. Metallica. Okay, makes more sense. So Glass Casket probably isn't as good in this matchup. Samut could probably come out. The Angels could probably come out. Probably just want a couple Rams. Maybe. Hey Nada. Hey Quantum. Coming out. I like my Giants, especially because I have a Giants board wipe. Golos is just value. That gives us card advantage. We could probably go down. Maybe a Gates Ablaze. So we screwed up. We played the non-budget version. Can probably shave down a Root here. Maybe just a land. Okay, so we're getting a bonus game here of the budget deck. I apologize for that. Did all the demo, forgot. No, I don't play Gate Colossus in this one. It bounces with Teferi. It's not as good. So his hand's a little bit of a trap. I like the Beanstalk Giant better since it's both ramp early. This hand's better. Probably keep the Giant. Put away. I think we put away the Growth Spiral. This looks like a Jeskai control deck. So I'm just gonna go Beanstalk into a Prison Realm most likely. Yeah, so we could go like that. So we're hitting our colors pretty nice. I can Prison Realm if they play Teferi. I think it's important to get Teferi off the board. Looks like they're not, so we'll just play this out. This is the budget version, and we did kind of control that game pretty nicely. I was wondering when we were going to draw our big guns. So here I think I want an island. And then I can, so 1, 2, 3, play that. Okay, so you really need to get rid of Narset. Our deck doesn't function well when Narset's on the battlefield. They got Stroke as well, so we need to be mindful of the Stroke. What if I just beat face with the Ram? I love that noise. Meh. So this kind of forces them to have an answer. If it is Teferi.
Thoughtfulness before action.
Okay, so they got Teferi.
I am not going got time.
I think we still play it. Yeah, so we just play it. We need to kill the Narset first. Part of the reason is we didn't want to play the Prison Realm there because Teferi comes down, bounces Prison Realm, and they get an extra draw off the Narset.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
I think we still go after Teferi. No, they just got a second one.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Don't worry, I got this.
Okay, so tempo-wise, I think we can do Prison Realm. Because they have the stroke up for Meteor Golem, otherwise I'd suggest just playing that. So let's get rid of this.
My mind needs a rest.
I want more action at this point. We are going to be turning on Field of the Dead as well, so that gives us a creature to attack into Teferi. That's fine if they're going to use the veto there. At this point, they need to be able to board wipe, as we'll just keep throwing out threats. I'll probably go Beanstalk to force out this Disdainful Stroke, because the Meteor Golem has more utility. Oh, that's actually pretty gross, but we got a Meteor Golem, thankfully. Ooh, that's very aggressive by them.
That's more like it.
Because, like, now I do this. I'm not in the mid-budget. I'll probably run one. But because we have so many non-basics, and we get them with both Beanstalk Giant and with Circuitous Route, I'm worried that it just becomes a dead land afterwards. I think I'll go back because we got to switch decks after this one to the mid-budget. Okay, so they have Ugin.
Do not defy the design.
Okay, so both into Ugin. They do get the card. So here I just want to not commit more to the board, but be able to have some answers. So we're just going to tap, draw some cards, and play out another land. So like this I have enough pressure without having to commit any of our big threats. At this point they're likely to have a board wipe.
Secrets manifest before you.
Ram's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is like Jeskai Legendary. I got Narset.
My prowess is keep an open mind.
Still think we go after Ugin. And I'll probably throw down a Beanstalk. They got Veto here. So they're gonna hold a Veto. It's mildly annoying. Do kind of want to draw cards, but Ugin's the way they win the game, and they keep getting card advantage this way.
Curious tactic.
That's fine. I don't want these cards to be used this turn, so that's why I'm going with the Ram over something else. And I'm gonna hold the land So it guarantees I have something to drop next turn if they do have a board wipe. I don't get the card draw anyways, and I'm only going to get one card draw, so we might as well just do it from instant speed. Yeah, so they have time wipe here. That's fine.
Truth lies beyond vision.
Meditate and prepare.
I got it to Fairy. Wonder if they drop to Fairy. Kind of hope they do, because that gives us an opening for a Beanstalk Giant. And then if they bounce it, we get to just adventure again. We'll see if they veto here. They don't. So we only get the one draw, unfortunately. So I'll probably send it at Ugin again. They're at 31 cards. We're at 40. Come on, opponent. What are you doing? Well, this might be Jeskai Fires of Invention. So they're getting a lot of card advantage from this Ugin. That's why we're trying to get it off the table. But at this point, I think we're just going to start jamming these out there. Do we go this? Like, they have the Disdainful Stroke. I think we wait one more turn. If they have a board wipe, they play it. Teferi could bounce the Prison Realm, which I'm actually okay with. They go instant speed, so that can be a board wipe.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
So I still think we go Ugin primarily. Send 3 at Ugin, 1 at Teferi. So for those tuning in, I made a slight mistake when we were logging in. This is the budget version, not the mid-budget version. So we're actually up 1-0 in this match against Jeskai Control. So we're just finishing this match since we're up. Okay, so they have the Clarion. That's fine. I'm just going to force, at this point, the stroke out of their hands. I want to do this in case I draw Golos. It becomes active. We'll just end the turn here. I can't draw a card anyways because of Narset. So they probably have a bunch of board wipes. Okay, now we pretty much lost the game. They're gonna hit us for a bunch, and they have the Narset. That's 12, 14. Oh, and I can't even do Growth Spiral, so we're locked. So I need Golos into like a board wipe of some... No, but even Golos board wipe doesn't work. I need 8 Meteor Golem. Nah, I'm pretty much dead. Yeah, okay. So we're dead on that one. So we'll just finish this match and then I'll switch to the mid-budget version. So I'm gonna get rid of these Arboreal Grazers, I think. I think we put some up back in. And then maybe just a couple Angels at the top end and the Alliance. Still draw a couple cards per turn usually. Actually, no, they're gonna have Narset out. Let's just go like this with the root. So I'll switch it up as soon as we're done this one. So we'll play first. His hand actually doesn't do anything, so I'm gonna mull. And we'll keep this, get rid of Angel. So I gotta lead like this because of Gateway Plaza, I gotta pay the mana. That's not bad. We got Beanstalk for next turn. And then we can go Circuitous Route and then Golos. So it's a much quicker start for us. I want a forest. So if we draw untapped, I get Golos. If we don't, so they probably just bounce the Guild Globe. It's actually really good value in these decks. It's basically a cycle effect. So what's actually good following the turn? So here I'm just going to go get my other colors that I'm missing. So I'm probably going to want a... get one of these, and then probably just another... I don't know, let's go here for the blue, and then we'll get a Golgari. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I messed that. Oh, Field of the Dead will be 7. So then we're okay there.
I've got it.
So we'll just go get Field. You know what, I could have Beanstalk Giant for a land and then gone from there. We'll see what they do here. I don't know if I like this.
This might be a bad idea.
Okay, so they go there. The nice thing is we could Samut here. Okay, so that suggests to me Clarion. Let's activate Golos. So I'm going to attack in first. This forces out. Yeah, those are pretty cheap anyways. So I'm doing this now because this would get caught in the sweeper. So if they want to protect their Teferi, they'd have to do it now. And then we also don't want to play our lands. So seeing what the opponent does. If you don't have the Meteor Golems, but if you have Agent of Treachery, you probably want to play. Oh, the Giants, the Beanstalk. In the mid-budget, I only play 3 because I play Realm Cloak. This opponent's playing really slow. They're at 18 minutes clock used. We're at 19, but we are searching for lands. Now, you could play like other things. I just like it in the budget version because it's ramp and a big thing. But if you have like Agent of Treachery, Realm Cloak Giant, Hydrate Krasis, you could play Big Chandra, you can play Garrick in place there. Meteor Golem. Yeah, it's basically... So opponent's timing out, maybe? Arena Crash on them. So now we're going to get rid of the Merriment. And I'm just going to set up so they could get a board wipe going. Looks like they might have timed out. So we're in a pretty good position there. We got their Planeswalker off, we got their enchantment off, and now we have a big board. Samut can come down, make a land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. I do like setting up Samut, to be honest. Because that can push through some power. Yeah, I think the opponent might have got disconnected. So what I'll do after this match really quick, I'm just going to cut the stream and come right back just to split the videos so it's easier to upload to YouTube. And then I will post the mid-budget version. The Beanstalks, Meteor Golems 2 out of the sideboard. For the budget version. The mid-budget version, I just cut them out of the sideboard in place of Agent of Treachery, because it's better to steal their thing a lot of times. Okay, so we might be able to just steal this now. No, so that's the budget. I was supposed to be playing the mid-budget version here, where I do some upgrades. But this is the exact list that you saw yesterday. I just forgot to switch it when I registered, and we're actually beating up on this deck. So I wanted to just play some extra games with it. Agent's great when you cast it. It's terrible when they cast it against you and they take your Field of the Deads, and then all of a sudden they're a Field of the Dead deck. Okay, so that's done there. We took him out. So I'll take that win. So we get a pack, we get some Mastery Orbs. Let's crack this pack. Give me an Oko because I need it on. Claim Contender's not bad for Knights. So give me a sec. I'm just going to cut the stream really quick and I will fire it right back up. And we will play the mid-budget version as intended originally. So give me 1 sec. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be right back.